Hi, once again, this is Brother Teacher with another installment of what I have termed a while back Karate from My Desk. This is one of those segments where I talk to you and don't do any demonstrations with a student necessarily, but I want to get you to think, use some critical thinking and some common sense. In this particular instance, I want to talk about what you should be looking for in self-defense classes and what you should be aware of. I won't be before you long. This is really simple. Look at the word or words: self-defense. Protecting self. From what? In this particular instance, we're talking about physical attacks, possibly, or being accosted or raped or mugged or whatever, assaulted. Protecting one's self. Now, herein lies the rub. There is some misconception by the general public as to what they should be looking for in self-defense. You know why? Because you're dealing with a lot of different ways of thinking. You're dealing with a lot of people who have had various experiences coming up. Some people have been disillusioned by what martial arts is and what self-defense really should entail. What it is not is a theater. What it is not and should not be is some sensationalism or false bravado because you're learning something that could potentially hurt another human being, and it somehow heightens your confidence to a level where you become arrogant. Unless you're already arrogant, it makes you even more arrogant of a human being. Now, if anything, we want to always avoid a confrontation. And I learned as a child, and I've been teaching this as a teenager coming up. I've been teaching since I was a teenager. But anyway, you always try to avoid a confrontation verbally, if you can. And it is only when you cannot, or that fails, that method of avoidance fails, and you're backed into a corner and you cannot escape physically, then you stand your ground and you do what you must do to curtail the situation or stop a potential attack and or assault. That's self-defense, generally speaking. Now, again, let me add this footnote. You want to stop the aggression of an individual against you. And once you've stopped the aggression, or you see that individual who's accosting you, submit, stop. You need not go any further. If possible, leave the situation. Be done. Call the authorities if you must. But what you don't want to do is get cocky, stick your chest out, and continue to pounce on an individual once they've stopped attacking you. When your ego gets in the way or gets out of hand, you may end up in a courtroom. Okay? So now, enough of that. So, what you should be looking for in a self-defense class is someone who is competent, who understands life. It's not how many trophies they've won or amassed. It's not how many certificates they have on the wall in their office or their dojo, dojang, kun. It's not a matter of how many championships you've won and you're the world champion or the grand poobah of this particular martial arts style or system, or the fact that you've traveled the world. None of that matters. Those are the instructor's accomplishments. What matters is, can you teach a person? Are you able to convey how to stop someone from harming you or another individual? That's it. Now, please understand, comprehend this. Everyone walking off the street into your martial arts school or your training hall, they're not coming there to learn martial arts from its history all the way up into the present. They're not there to learn katas per se. They're not there to be a competitor in an open martial arts tournament or a closed or traditional martial arts tournament. They're not there to learn how to break boards. They're not there for that. They don't want to learn kobudo or weapons. They want you to teach them how to defend themselves against someone outside your door, outside of their door. Are you able to provide that? The mistake a lot of instructors make is that they try to give them the whole package, and that's not what they're looking for. So let me tell you this, instructors that are listening to me. You should have a program that's self-defense only, outside of just your martial arts school training. So if you're teaching Goju-ryu, Shotokan, Wado-ryu, Ishin-ryu, Chito-ryu, Shorei-ryu, whatever, or if you're teaching some Kung Fu system, Tai Chi Chuan, Bagua, Zane, or whatever, Muay Thai, all of that's well and good. Everybody doesn't want that. They want you to give me something that once I walk out that door, I have a level of confidence that I can protect myself. Take me through the basics, give me a foundation so I can defend myself. And a lot of times your customers walking in, or potential customers, don't really know what they're looking for. But you as a competent instructor should know what to give that individual. Some instructors, I'm not personifying anyone, but some instructors will try to give you a package deal just to make money from you. It's not about that. And if you're doing that, or you're one of those people, you should revisit your occupation or your passion for martial arts, because everybody is different. Some people want to be a martial arts competitor. They enjoy that aspect of martial arts. Other people just want to be able to leave their home in the morning and come back safely to their home. That's what they want. And they don't want to take 10, 15, 20 years to do that. This is it in a nutshell. So are you that instructor? And if you are a potential martial arts or self-defense customer or client, this is what you should be looking for. Now here's something else, instructors and potential martial arts clients and or customers. Here's something else you should look for. Instructors, it's challenging enough to have various types of individuals coming to your martial arts school. It's even more challenging when you have people who have maladies, people who have physical restrictions and conditions, people who might be wheelchair bound, or people who might only have the use of one limb or missing a limb, or blind in one eye, or even completely blind. Are you prepared for this? Have you ever considered this? You must consider this, because these people in the world are seeking you out and your knowledge and your expertise. Is it limited? Now, if it is, God bless you. If all you can do is just teach your martial arts program and that's the end, then leave it there. Stay in that lane. Don't try to venture off into something else. But I hope that you can teach self-defense. I hope that you're credible enough that you can teach just a singular or an individual self-defense class. I hope that you can do that, because someone's knocking on your door. Sir, I've been molested. Sir or ma'am, I've been beat up. Sir, I've been victimized. Can you help me? Are you instructors listening to me now? Because I'm telling you the truth. This is the real deal, where the rubber meets the road. If your child, your grandchild, your wife, your significant other, your mom, your dad needed self-defense, does it take 10 years to learn that? Self-defense? No, it shouldn't. People can go buy a handgun for self-protection and go to a range and have a short period of time to learn how to use that weapon to hit a target, center mass. Okay? That training doesn't take forever. Neither should learning self-defense, the fundamentals and the basics. Tell them about the targets on the body, instructors. Have you considered the fact that some people are shorter? Some people might be thin. Some people might have anemia, or some other physical conditions, asthma and so forth. Take all of these things into consideration when you're taking on new students along with their challenges. Are you capable? Do you have the patience to deal with these types of people? Will you take the time? Will you give them individual instruction? Because you can turn people away. They feel like maybe they don't belong. They'll go knock on somebody else's door. Why shouldn't it be yours the first time? Now I know we're going to have people from time to time that just simply don't fit because of their personality type, if you will, or their character or lack thereof. They come and they go. But for those who are sincere about learning, you need to be just as sincere about teaching. And this is a lifelong endeavor for us instructors. Everyone is important. Understand, comprehend this. Everyone is important. I love my students. I've had students come to me that I only want to learn self-defense. I'm a bouncer in a bar. Can you teach me a few arm locks or what have you, how to restrain a person and so forth? And guess what? They don't come to class anymore because I gave them what they needed then, and they've moved on and they practice these things independent and with their friends, and they still continue in the bar industry. There are situations like that where people don't want to be a long-term student. Just give me what I need. Give me a foundation. Now, that doesn't work for everybody, but there are some that do need that. You follow? What about people, again, I mentioned or alluded to, who are handicapped? I've had students can't use one arm, only have one. Instructors, do you have the patience to deal with someone who can only use one arm? Do you have the patience to deal with someone who uses a cane? Can you teach them self-defense for that individual? Everyone walking through your doors is not going to be in the best health. They're not going to be athletes walking through your door. You're going to get the average mom and pops walking in your door. You're going to get the grandmothers and the grandfathers and the aunties and the uncles walking through your door. You're going to get people of all ages and types walking through the door. You just, as an instructor, have to be ready. And if you're not ready physically because you haven't done this before and dealt with these types of people, be ready here. Prepare now if you haven't already. So, just some words of encouragement. And again, ladies and gentlemen, for those in the general public who are looking for a competent instructor, I know a bunch of them. So if you have any questions, I'm here in the city of Cincinnati. I can point you out to some good people, to some great people. I can point you out to Grandmaster Edward Brown, Grandmaster Dwight, Holley, Sensei Holley, Grandmaster Roger Haines, 29 years in the police department. I can point you out to a whole lot of people. I can. If you're in this city or nearby, give me a text, if you will. Give me a holler, and I'll point you to someone if you are looking for martial arts instruction or self-defense from a competent instructor. These are people that I know of and that I have confidence in and I love dearly. A lot of times we don't say that enough. I say it all the time. That's just who I am. Stay up. Stay safe. If you have any comments, please leave it in the comment section below. See you in the next video. Brother Teacher, I'm out.